Welcome back to News USA. It is November 16th, 2020. We're taking a look at a story on the Washington Post. Let's take a look at the headline. Biden says more people may die if Trump doesn't allow coordination on pandemic planning. In my opinion, wrong answer. Let's take a look at what he says. In remarks in Wilmington, Delaware, I'm guessing this is Wilmington, Delaware, on Monday afternoon, Biden urged Trump to allow officials to work with the incoming administration on developing a coordinated response to the coronavirus pandemic, arguing that the president's refusal to do so puts more American lives at risk. Biden says, more people may die if we don't coordinate. How do we get over 300 million Americans vaccinated? What's the game plan? It's a huge undertaking. He added, if we have to wait until January 20 to start that planning, it puts us behind over a month and a half. And so it's important that it be done, that there be coordination now or as rapidly as we can get that done. Let's take a look at this here. How do we get over 300 million Americans vaccinated? What's the game plan? Well, in my humble opinion, you should have already been thinking about that game plan. As I've stated before on this channel, we hold no punches. We hold public officials accountable. In my opinion, you cannot sit here and say that Donald Trump was the single-handed biggest problem in this pandemic. You cannot sit there and say he handled this incorrectly. You spent almost your entire campaign blaming him for mishandling this pandemic. And now you're saying, how do we handle it? How do we get 300 million Americans vaccinated? What's the plan? You should have already had a plan. That's my humble opinion. I have never run an entire country before. Yes, I'll admit it. I'm sure it's explicitly difficult. But with the backing that you have, Mr. Biden, the funds, the money, the millions of dollars, you are a former vice president of the United States. You have an entire team. I don't believe that this is the right answer. I think a better answer would be, listen, we may not be getting cooperation from the White House right now, but I can assure you that we have a team of experts that are doing the best they can to have the best plan in place before we touch down and take over in office, so that we can make sure as many Americans as possible are as safe as can be. You cannot sit here and say that Donald Trump is the worst thing of all time, but then turn around and ask him for help, or say that it's his fault that something isn't being done. If he was so incompetent at the job that he was doing, why would you want his help? Why would you want his advice? Come up with a better plan. Submit a better plan. Offer a better plan. That's just my opinion. I don't believe that this is a correct statement, and this seems like a crutch that could be used in the future if things start to go wrong and the numbers start to increase and Mr. Biden is inaugurated. He can just go to this and say, hey, well, it's not my fault. Trump didn't work with us on the way in. You should have expected that. Adapt and overcome. Have contingency plans. That's my opinion on it. Stay tuned to News USA.